Hey, Coach, so happy you found us. First of all, subscribe and like so you get these. We put these up every day. Second thing is make sure you go over and check out teachhoops.com for coaches who want to get better. It's the one-stop shop for basketball coaches. Be everything you need to become a better basketball coach. Go over and check it out. It's a community. We just got off an hour and a half call just talking hoops, sharing ideas. Nothing else like it. You get my personal email address. You will love it. Go over and check it out. Let's head off to the video.
Hey, coaches, welcome to the 5-Minute Basketball Podcast. I am your guest host today, Bill Flitter. Steve asked me to come back again. I guess that means I don't suck. And by the way, I really appreciate you guys giving me some 5-star feedback. I guess that maybe convinced Steve to have me back on the show. So I really appreciate that. So we're going to talk about planning, practice planning. And I think it's one of the more critical things that we can do as coaches is to have a good plan. So when I'm not coaching, I'm an entrepreneur. I live in Silicon Valley, been an entrepreneur for many, many years. And as an entrepreneur, when I'm thinking about launching a new business, I always put a 5-year plan together. Basically, right, it's a path for that business. But the 3 to 5 year goals are more aspirational and directional, not a lot of detail in there. Where do I want to be in 5 years? However, though, year one, month one, year one, right? That goal is very detailed down to daily tasks. Okay. Question for you. How well thought out is your basketball practice plan for this season? It's no different than planning out your business plan. What about the first 4 to 6 weeks of that practice plan? Okay. So I'll use myself as an example. My season starts in November. In June, I created our quote unquote business plan for the upcoming season. I shared that with my coaches who then provide a bit of feedback on that. We make adjustments. We look at personnel, who's coming back, what we struggled last year, and make some corrections of that over the summer. And then starting in July, August-ish, I'll start planning the first 6 weeks of practice. Really sit down and pen to paper and write down exactly what I'm going to do those first 6 weeks. What do I want them to achieve? And all of that is backed into by looking at that business plan, right? I know where I want to go and where I want to be at the end of the season. I then create the practice plans based off that direction. Month one, what at the end of the month one, what do I want them to have accomplished? Okay, so I plan everything in these 4 to 6 week planning cycles with an end goal in mind. Okay, the first 4 to 6 weeks are pretty detailed, no doubt, right? I know exactly what I'm going to do, and then the following 4 weeks, maybe probably don't go into as much depth, but they do have an outcome. Where should we be in those 4 weeks, the next 4 weeks? And then after that, it's a lot vague. Again, so if we want to finish, third place or higher in our division, right? Well, how are we going to get there? What does the competition look like? And I back into that plan. So I outline those core concepts and progressions I want to teach in each planning cycle. So again, those planning cycles are 4 to 6 weeks. What do I want? What are the concepts and the progressions I want to teach within that planning cycle? And of course, I make small adjustments, right? Things, maybe we had an injury, maybe we got somebody new, who knows, right? There's multiple adjustments, right? We might make, but they're small. I don't want to get into this reactionary process, right? You have to practice patience. Too many coaches, plan one practice at a time. And when this is the case, planning is often reactionary, right? Based on the last bad practice or maybe a loss in your, previous game, and you overreact, right? As opposed to having this coherent learning progression in these 4 to 6 week cycles. Like I said, this doesn't mean that every practice is you can't change or make small modifications to that practice. Maybe it's a drill you change because you're just not getting the concepts right. and go review my last podcast if that's the case, and stop, drop, and roll, right? But just resist the urge to, teach too many things in one practice, and make sure you do have plenty of time in those practices for training new skills, or just training, right? And going back to the teach, train methodology, or teach, train, play methodology we talked about before. All right, coaches, hopefully that was helpful. Again, go back, think about your practice plan, create your quote unquote business plan for your team, plan it in 4 to 6 weekly planning cycles. This will help you break it down into chunks, kind of know where you're going at each of those phases. And if you're looking for a well thought out season's worth of practice plans, head on over to basketballpracticeplans.com. We're launching very soon. Those discounts are flying. We're inviting, anybody who's on that list in batches, right? We want to hear your feedback. So we're getting feedback, correcting, just like you do in the off season. Okay. But if you become one of our founding members by signing up on the list, again, you'll enjoy some pretty good discounts. And again, all I'm asking for is a little bit of feedback on that. But you can't get those discounts if you're not on that list. So head on over to basketballpracticeplans.com, and we'll see you soon. Many happy swishes. Appreciate your time. Take care.
Hey, Coach, so glad you enjoyed the video. Make sure you subscribe and like. Go over and check out teachhoops.com for coaches who want to get better.